XRP holders, we're seeing some volatility in the markets. We got to be talking about where XRP is going to go. When are we going to reach that $5, $10 price target? We got to be talking about that. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop in this video. All right, guys, we're going to start off here on Crypto Twitter. Follow me at 333 Blacksea. I say, when do you think XRP will reach $5? And I see a lot of people are a little bit worried about September, even though today we saw quite a nice bounce on Bitcoin and alts made big moves. We saw Ethereum make a beautiful test of new all-time highs, but people are a little bit concerned about September, and rightfully so, because September tends to be somewhat of a bearish month, but it'll be the ending of Q3 and moving into Q4, and Q4 tends to be when we should be expecting those fireworks. So let's look at XRP right now. We are getting a little bit of a bounce here, and it looks pretty good. If you look at market cipher here on the daily time frame, we got a green dot on both the momentum waves. You have the money flow curling up to the upside. Potentially like a double bottom could be in play here, but guys, I'll be honest. I think that we should expect continuation of the upside here. I do think that we should look for a test of $3.31, but man, it is weekend price action, so that's just something to keep in the back of your head, especially if you're trying to high leverage scalp or even long this. Just guys, like trading on the weekends usually is quite difficult because the order books are thin, the volatility gets moved way higher up usually because it's easier to push the price around. But I will say though, like the name of the game really for 2025, some of the biggest moves we've had have happened during the weekend. So that's just something to think about. But in my opinion, I am looking for continuation here on the daily time frame, really sideways chop. I don't necessarily think that we close above $3.33 on the first test here, but I would be looking for that continuation into Q4. And if we do flip this level here at $3.31, I am looking to do a nice swing long position. Now, you may ask, Blacksea, well, why aren't you going to enter in right here before that? Because if you were to enter right now for that move, you're talking about a 13.5% move. If you're doing 10x leverage, you're talking about 130% gain. But I would rather just play a little bit safe here. I've made a lot of profit over the past few months, just high leverage scalping, and over the past month or so, I've been kind of sitting on my hands, not trading nearly as much as I usually trade because things are kind of in limbo. Like we're below a very important price level, and really this could either be the motion before we see our next leg up to $4, $5, or we could be looking for a rejection off of this. Even though I'm still going to go true with my conviction here, and I do think that Q4 should be bullish for alts. We should be seeing new all-time highs for XRP. And that should bring us, if we close above $3.33 and flip this as support, I do expect a $4 price target, and really I do expect a test of $5.50 as long as Bitcoin doesn't just put a whole kibosh on the show. But I do think that in the meantime, I'm waiting for us to flip this level here at $3.33. If you were to say, Blacksea, I want to high leverage scalp this, I want to long to $3.33, I would say that's not a terrible idea, but guys, that's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you guys how I'm viewing this market. I would be open to high leverage long scalping this, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something like this. Like if you see what's happening here, a further breakdown. Wouldn't be surprised to see that play out. It's kind of like a 50-50 in my mind. I think there's a high possibility that we come and test this level, but there's also a world where we do chop around here and break down a little bit, maybe spook everyone, test that $2.75 price level again. But if we do see that, I'm still going to keep pounding this all the way home that I believe Q4 we should see some fireworks. So guys, if you do want to trade, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section or the description box below. We have a $100,000 deposit bonus to BitTinex, as well as $10 for free when you sign up. And on Blowfin, we have a 10% trade rebate and a $5,000 sign-in bonus. Guys, take advantage of these promotions, especially if you're trading or you want to learn how to trade. They've got demo accounts. Feel free to check them all out because I do think that having leverage trading as a tool in your trading toolkit and investing toolkit is very useful. And as well as if you want to help support this channel, they really help a lot. So feel free to check them out, guys. So looking at this, Bitcoin's at about 117K. Up about 4% on the day. Bitcoin dominance is breaking down. Ethereum is near all-time highs here. 57.64% Bitcoin dominance. I think that there's a chance that we front run those Q4 gains on alts in the end of Q3. I think there's a chance that we do see that washout in October. I think September would be a little bit too early to be calling for like low 50s in Bitcoin dominance, but it's possible. But I'm not going to be betting on that with my funds. I'm not going to be going super heavy long on any alts unless I see true good trade setups come and fall into my lap, really. But if you look at this, guys, XRP is sitting at rank 3, down about 1% in the past 7 days, up about 7% in the past 24 hours, sitting at a beautiful $182 billion market cap at $3.05. Okay? We're about, what, 20 billion off of, I think all-time high was like $210 billion market cap. Let me know in the comments below. I think I'm probably like 5 or 10 billion off there. But over 200 billion, I do think, I have to always say this, that, guys, we saw XRP go from a $40 billion market cap to a $100 billion market cap in 1 week. Okay? So when people try to tell me, like, Blacksea, that's so much money. It's $100 billion. That's so much. Guys, we're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar asset class now. We're talking about nearly a $3 trillion Bitcoin, a market cap of $3 trillion alone in Bitcoin. $10 billion, $100 billion, like, we can see that play out. We can see that happen very, very quickly in Q4. We could see $4, $5, maybe even $10 if things get really, really crazy and really frothy. And if Jerome Powell cuts the rates and Jerome Powell starts to pivot to quantitative easing, I expect a spark to be lit here. So if you look at Bitcoin, we're seeing this little bit of a bounce here. You know, I was saying that I wouldn't be surprised to see a test of 110,000, 105,000 worst case scenario. I still think that's on the table. That being said, like, this could be a perfect opportunity for a double bottom where you have the test here at 112K and then another test at 112K and getting ready to set up for new all-time highs. It's very, very possible. But this price action looks super weird. Like, the really, really pinched volume breakdown, like, this to me is just like, yeah, the market makers are trying to make some money and do liquidity sweeps. Like, that's all this says to me when I look at that. But that being said, we are trading near all-time highs, so you should be expecting this wonky price action. But regardless, guys, be patient. Don't be surprised if we have some more chop throughout September. But I think that in October, we should be expecting that big price boom. I think you should be expecting XRP to make a bigger move to the upside. Now, not financial advice. Not financial advice, okay, guys? I'm just telling you guys how I'm viewing this market and what I'm doing, and where I'm putting my money where my mouth is. It's as simple as that. But that's all I got. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Do you think that we're going to see XRP reach $5, $10 in Q4 2025? Let me know. I'm curious what you think about that. And check out those awesome affiliate links down below as well. It really helps support this channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.